This is the Google Pixel 8 and this is the iPhone 15, two of the best smartphones, and it's time to decide which one reigns supreme. Both the Google Pixel 8 and the iPhone 15 are packed with cutting-edge features, but only one can be the best. Which one will it be? Naturally, if you're heavily invested in either ecosystem, moving to an entirely new operating system might be a hard sell. But if you've ever thought about switching sides, both the Google Pixel 8 and the iPhone 15 offer great camera experience and better performance than the rest of the smartphones on the market. In this video, we'll put them head to head in the battle of cameras, performance, battery life and more, and the winner might just surprise you. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel for all things tech. If that's something you're interested in, I've got lots of content coming out soon. With that said, let's get into the video. Well, let's talk about money first. Both the iPhone 15 and the Pixel 8 retail for $799, but you can get the Pixel 8 for less than $550 on Amazon or Best Buy. Although iPhones do hold their value longer, one thing to note, the pricing varies by region and currency, but the Pixel 8 is much cheaper than the iPhone 15. When it comes to the design, the Pixel 8 and the iPhone 15 are similar and different at the same time. The Pixel 8 follows the same design started by the Pixel 6 series, with a camera bar on the back and a whole-punch front camera, while the iPhone 15 surprisingly takes design cues from all previous generations, with two cameras on the back and the new dynamic island from the iPhone 14 Pro. What makes these two similar is their compact size. The screens of the Pixel 8 and the iPhone 15 are very similar in size, transferring this similarity to the overall size of both devices. The iPhone 15 comes at 6.1 inch, while the Pixel 8 has a 6.2 inch screen. Subjectively, these two phones look mid-sized. Even though they are far from the iPhone mini, for example, you'll have easier access to all sides of the screen with one hand compared to bigger phones. There's one major difference though, it lies in the refresh rate. The Pixel 8 adopts a variable 60 to 120Hz refresh rate, while Apple sticks with 60Hz for the iPhone 15. This is really a shame, especially when other flagships and even mid-range phones have already moved to higher refresh rate for their displays. So, what does this mean? Scrolling through text is super smooth at 120Hz, and for mobile gamers, the frame rate difference can be a game changer. Literally, I've put both phones to test and the Pixel 8 is hands down the faster and more responsive when it comes to scrolling, swiping and opening apps. When it comes to screen quality, both phones are super sharp and clear. The Pixel 8 has a Full HD Plus display with 420 ppi, which means it's really detailed. It can also get really bright up to 1000 nits in HDR mode and 2000 nits at its peak. The iPhone 15 has a similar OLED display with 461 ppi, and it can also get up to 2000 nits brightness. In real life usage, the Pixel 8's screen is a bit brighter and more accurate with colors, but overall, both phones have amazing screens. I've tested both phones under bright sunlight, and even though both pass with flying colors, there's a clear winner in the display department, and that's the Pixel 8. When it comes to the build quality, both use aluminium and glass. The titanium material has been reserved for the Pro models for the iPhone 15 series. The port situation has been normalized by the European Union, mandating USB-C on the iPhone 15 series, so there's no more Lightning port for the iPhone. The Pixel 8 comes in a trio of sleek colors: obsidian, hazel, which is the earth tone, and rose, while the iPhone 15 offers a vibrant palette of colors including black, green, yellow, pink and blue. When it comes to the user experience, these two feel slightly different in the hands, especially if you use them without a case. During my time with both phones, I found the Pixel 8 is more comfortable in the hand due to its curved design. The iPhone 15 is not far off, though if you're going to use these phones with a case, then a tiny difference won't even matter. As far as biometrics go, things haven't changed since the last generation for both the Pixel 8 and the iPhone 15. The Pixel 8 comes with under-display fingerprint scanner plus the image-based face unlock option, which can now be used with sensitive apps like banking, while the iPhone 15 relies solely on Face ID. But which one is faster and more reliable? I've put both phones to test, and the iPhone 15 takes the crown when it comes to the speed and accuracy. However, the Pixel 8 has improved significantly compared to its predecessors. One thing to note though, I wish the Pixel 8 used the more advanced ultrasonic sensor, which excels in wet and dry conditions, unlike optical sensors that can struggle with moisture. The performance and software in both phones is excellent, but in two different worlds. The Pixel 8 and the iPhone 15 are perfect examples of this. Take RAM for instance, you might think more is always better, but that's not necessary in this case. iOS is a masterclass in efficiency, with apps and system components optimized to run smoothly on less RAM. The iPhone 15 proves this point, delivering seamless performance with just 6 gigs of RAM running iOS 17, while the Pixel 8 requires 8 gigs to achieve similar results running Android 14. Looking at the benchmarks, it's clear the iPhone 15 wins everything hands down. Don't get me wrong, the Tensor G3 is a significant upgrade from its predecessor, but it just can't keep up with the S16's performance. In real life, both phones work smoothly and you probably won't notice much of a difference. but for the sake of this comparison, the iPhone 15 wins this round. The software update situation has changed with the Pixel 8. It used to be the iPhones used to get the longest software support, but not anymore. The iPhone 15 is expected to receive 5 years of OS updates, while the Pixel 8 gets a commitment of 7 years of major upgrades, all the way up to 2030. Impressive. For the cameras, there are more similarities than differences. The iPhone 15 sports a new 48-megapixel main sensor, which is a 27% increase for the iPhone 15 over the 14 series. The main camera on the Pixel 8, on the other hand, features a 50-megapixel sensor. In reality, both phones should produce similar results, with the main difference coming from the post-processing algorithms. The samples from the main camera are pretty much close in quality, with a good level of detail and decent dynamic range. But there is a key difference. The Pixel 8 tends to produce slightly darker and colored toned photos, while the iPhone 15 gives you brighter and warm shots. Night shots are very similar between the Pixel 8 and the iPhone 15, but the Pixel does a better job at handling those flares and light artifacts, while the iPhone 15 is letting them run loose. Also, the Pixel 8 seems to produce brighter night shots, with just a tad of more detail. Neither of these phones have a dedicated telephoto camera, so they both rely on crops and software algorithms. Looking at the samples, it seems that the iPhone 15 is doing a slight better job at 5x, while the Pixel tends to oversharpen the image. When it comes to portraits, the iPhone 15 nails it with a natural-looking bokeh and more realistic vibe. Meanwhile, the Pixel 8 goes a bit overboard, resulting in somewhat dated collage look-like. Maybe some tweaking could fix this, but for now, the iPhone 15 takes the crown in portrait mode. The ultra-wide cameras on both phones are again very similar, with 12-megapixel sensors, and surprise surprise, the results are pretty much similar too. The Pixel 8 tends to produce slightly colder images, while the iPhone 15 struggles with glare and lighting in low-light conditions. Now, about those selfies. Both phones take great selfies, but there's a slight difference. The Pixel 8 has a tendency to stretch and soften faces, while the iPhone 15 produces more natural-looking results. If I had to pick a winner, the iPhone 15 takes the selfie crown. Where the Pixel 8 shines is the sheer number of camera features Google has baked inside the camera system. We have Magic Editor, Magic Eraser, Photo and Blur are some of the few features. The video quality looks great on both phones, but the Pixel 8 seems to produce brighter frames. The image stabilization is much better on the iPhone 15. In night mode, they both perform amazingly well, but the Pixel 8 takes it to the next level by capturing even more detail and boosting better dynamic range. Overall, Google has done a great job with the Pixel 8 series in terms of photo and video quality, and it's largely down to processing algorithms. This year, Apple finally ditched the old Lightning port for more advanced USB-C, but surprisingly, the charging and transfer speeds on the iPhone 15 remain the same. You can still get 50% battery in 30 minutes with a 20-watt charger, but it's not any faster than before. On the other hand, the Google Pixel 8 is stepping up its charging game. It now supports 27-watt fast charging, which is almost fast as the iPhone 15. Plus, both phones have wireless charging, but the Pixel 8 has a slight edge with 18-watt support. The iPhone 15, however, has MagSafe, which is a pretty cool feature. The Pixel 8 has a slightly bigger battery than its predecessor, clocking in at 4,577 mAh battery. The iPhone 15 also gets a slight capacity bump in comparison to the iPhone 14 with a 3,877 mAh battery. The Pixel 8 outperforms the iPhone 15 by roughly 2 hours in the browsing and video streaming tests. Both of these phones will get you throughout the day with intensive usage, which is all what people need, although the Pixel 8 has a slight edge as it's more efficient than the iPhone 15 when it comes to stamina and battery life. So there you have it, guys. The comparison between the Pixel 8 and the iPhone 15. Both offer similar performance, features, camera experience, and compact sizes, and both have similar battery life and charging speeds. Which one should you choose then? Well, it depends on two things basically, the price and the ecosystem. If you're using a lot of Apple devices, switching to a Pixel won't make much sense, other than exploring something different on its own. If you're coming from a heavy Android background, you have more room. Personally, I think the iPhone 15 is the best choice. Not only is it an amazing device, but it also holds its value over time. But hey, that's just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Share your thoughts. Until next time.